Thank you. Asanteni, please, to Keti. Asante. Thank you. The Cabinet Secretary for Health, Susan Nakumicha. The Principal Secretary, State Department for Public Health and Professional Standards, Mary Muriuki. The KMTC Board of Directors, led by the Chairperson, Josiah Cheriot. The KMTC CEO, Dr. Kelly Olwuch. Leaders present, development partners, parents and guidance, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, amjambo. Amjambo tena. God is good, and all the time. Munisalimieni kwa hewa. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Bwana Yesu asifiwe tena. Asanteni sana. I am pleased to join the 92nd graduation of the Kenya Medical Training College. It is an exciting moment as 22,695 professionals graduate to join the healthcare system workforce of our great nation. Today's event is the apex of hard work and sacrifice of the graduates, parents, guardians, lecturers, the college, among other actors. A hearty congratulations to the graduates from President William Ruto, who has sent me with his congratulations. Hongera sana. Distinguished guests, graduates, the graduation of these young professionals brings renewed hope for our nation. The hope of achieving and enhancing the nurse-to-patient ratio for better health outcomes. It is also a major boost to the transformative Afya Nyumbani, which our President launched in October under the universal health coverage. We underscore the crucial role of primary health care workers acting as the initial line of defense for our citizens. Through strategic investments and comprehensive training, our aim is to strengthen these frontline workers, ensuring every Kenyan, regardless of location, receives the essential primary health care services they deserve. Most of the professionals graduating today under various fields will complement the work of the over 100,000 community health promoters. They will improve healthcare outcomes. Distinguished guests and graduates, indeed, the Ruto administration understands that the wealth of our nation is as good as the health of our people. As such, an education system that answers emerging health needs of our people is key. That is why under KMTC and other tertiary learning institutions, we are investing in a cutting-edge workforce because we have an opportunity to set the standards of outputs for impact. We acknowledge the importance of research and innovation. This is central to reducing overdependence on imported technology as we cultivate and embrace homegrown solutions to health challenges. With the rollout of the UHC, we'll also review new insight in the endemic diseases. Being one of the colleges with the largest network of campuses across the country, we look forward to impact research pegged on crucial data that community health promoters are generating as they work at the grassroots. Distinguished guests and graduates, in our race to deliver universal health coverage under the Kenya Kwanza Plan, KMTC is a great enabler. In the evolving healthcare landscape, digital transformation has emerged as a major driver of innovation for efficiency and effectiveness. Digital transformation is not merely about adopting new tools. It is about transforming the entire healthcare architecture. It involves creating connected systems that facilitate seamless communication among healthcare providers, improvement of data accuracy, and ultimately enhance the overall quality of care. Esteemed graduates, as we celebrate you today, we recognize the extraordinary circumstances under which this cohort joined KMTC at the height of COVID-19 pandemic. You learned through tough times. You are hence tested and proven frontline warriors in our healthcare interventions. KMTC is a renowned institution nationally, regionally, and internationally. As our ambassadors, protect the health profession with integrity. As you march out the gates of your institutions, you are invited to offer humanity, dignified, and distinguished service. In conclusion, this graduation has opened doors to further studies. Only those who constantly keep learning alongside practicing get to integrate better their knowledge and skills for outstanding performance. Again, congratulations and best wishes as you pursue your own goals. Asanteni sana. Nikimalizia nataka kutakia nyinyi mema. I want to invite our graduates who are graduating today, as you go out to the world there, venture into the world with dignity and professionalism. Be professional in your work. Uphold standards that you have learned in this great institution. The people of Kenya have great work ethics. And as you go out in the world, the CS has said, and I want to emphasize, President William Ruto has embarked on a very rigorous exercise to look for employment outside our borders. And one of the most sought area of professionalism out there is your profession. Our health providers are desired in large numbers across the world. As we speak now, our president is meeting the new ambassadors and deputy ambassadors to brief them on their new role in the countries they are going to serve. And the president has directed them that one of the critical roles they will play out there is to look for employment opportunity for the Kenyan people. Already, we have outstanding requests from the United Kingdom, from the Republic of Germany, for healthcare providers. So I'm sure soon, most of you will find their way to other countries to go and work there and take care of the world. As I engaged your CEO and the board earlier, they have expressed their request and desire that we look into the issue of capitation to be able to help more students through help. And that is a request we are going to consider of how we enhance the capitation for this sector. Na kwa sababu niko hapa Kasarani, ni mzuri niseme kitu kimoja. Kenya hoi! Kenya hoi! Kwa sababu Kenya yote iko hapa, mwaka uliopita 2022, on 13th of September, I spoke here during the inauguration of President William Ruto as President of the Republic of Kenya. Many people were uncomfortable with what I said. But because I'm a truthful man, I chose to tell the people of Kenya the truth. And because I'm back here, it is important that I revisit what I said then. so that we put the record straight. As the President and his government struggle with the economic challenges facing the Republic of Kenya, many critics are telling us not to remind them where we found Kenya. As I speak here before health professionals, you all know it's important before you treat a patient to know the medical history. When patients appear before you, the first thing, once you find out how they are feeling and what is troubling them, you seek to know what is their medical history, because that informs you on the plan for treatment, on how to deal with the patient. And there is no way you can treat a patient without understanding the medical history of that patient. And that is why we must keep reminding the people of Kenya where President William Ruto found the economy of this country. When I spoke here on 13th of September last year, I said we found empty coffers. I repeat, we found empty coffers, and that is the truth. And no amount of denial will change that fact. Using medical parlance that you understand better, we found the Kenyan economy in ICU. The patient called the Kenyan economy was on life-supporting machines. The President, as the chief surgeon in the theater of the economic recovery, has struggled in the first 6 months and gotten the patient from ICU to HDU. In the next 8 months, the President struggled and got the patient called the Kenyan economy from HDU into the ward. The patient now is in the ward and is showing good signs of recovery. All the organs are operating. All the organs are working. The patient is showing signs of improvement. The patient has put on weight and is responding well to treatment. And in the next several months, the patient will leave hospital, will be discharged to go home and be attending clinic once in a month. That is the truth. The President has worked very hard. He inherited a 9.6 trillion public debt. All the money that we collect, 70% of that amount goes to pay public debt. President William Ruto did not acquire those debts. He has found them, and they have to be paid because they are debts that belong to the Republic of Kenya. We found a demoralized public service. The President has worked hard. The public service is now having good morale and is ready to work. I want to say, because it's important that we do so, even in that space, there are several gains that the government led by President William Ruto has achieved. One of them, and most critical, is the Afya Nyumbani program, where 100,000 health promoters have been enlisted and given equipment, and they are getting a stipend to encourage them to serve the people at level 1 intervention, because primary health care is critical in our plan to achieve universal health coverage. Again, the President has embarked on subsidizing production as opposed to subsidizing consumption because it's not sustainable. Through that program, the President and the government have brought the price of fertilizer from 7,000 shillings per 550 kg bag to 2,500. And as a result, we have a bumper harvest, and we have now attained food security. And we have brought down the cost of unga. We found it at 230 shillings per 2 kg to between now 130 shillings to 150. And Kenyans are now able to afford unga. Again, when we came in, we found that our mothers and fathers over 70 years who were benefiting from the cash transfer program had not been paid for 8 months. All the arrears for the elderly have been cleared, and as we speak today, our elderly, the senior citizens of this country, are paid before the 28th of every month. Again, the government has streamlined the operations at KMTC, and as we speak today, medical supplies are available to the counties, and there is no county who can claim that they have no medical supplies. Issues of corruption have been dealt with, and services and the systems have been streamlined to serve the people of Kenya better. We also want to take pride in the housing program. Through this housing program, 125,000 young men and women have gotten employment, and they are today able to fend for their families. And as we proceed in matters of education, when we came in, we found parents among you here, the students who are complaining that the CBC program had been implemented without adequate public participation. The president set up the Presidential Working Party on education reforms that went around the country and collected views from the people of Kenya, from all stakeholders. And as a result, the CBC now has been aligned with the wishes and aspirations of the people of Kenya. Again, for the first time in the history of this country, the Kenya Kwanza government under President William Ruto has employed in a single year 56,000 teachers to match the teacher-pupil ratio in our republic. So, sisi tunataka tuseme hata kama iko matatizo, tumefanya mambo kadhaa ambayo inaonekana na itaendelea. And as I've told you, this patient is going home. Na kwa hivyo tutaendelea. We welcome criticism that is constructive, but we want those who are criticizing also to be truthful and tell the people of Kenya where the president found the state of the Kenyan economy. Na kwa hivyo mimi niseme ya kwamba kazi inaendelea na mambo itakuwa shwari na mabadiliko ya kiuchumi inaendelea, na hivi karibuni Wakenya watafurahia. Wale walikuwa wanapiga kelele mambo ya bei ya unga, tuliipata ikiwa shilingi 230. Saa hii imeteremuka, hawaongei, wamenyamaza. Wanasema ya mafuta iko juu. Saa ile walikuwa wanaongea ya unga. Wacha waseme ya mafuta iko juu, lakini waongeze waseme ya unga imeteremuka. That will be an honest conversation. Na bei ya mafuta is not a Kenyan problem. Is a worldwide challenge. The cost of fuel is high everywhere in the world. It's not a problem that is peculiar to this country. It is a global challenge that every country is trying to cope with. But for the local solutions that we are trying to deal with, we have made substantial progress na tutaendelea. Ya mwisho niseme ya kwamba pia sisi tukiingia kwa serikali tulipata matatizo ya usalama. Pale katika bonde la Ufa in North Rift, mlio wa risasi ulikuwa unaendelea kila wakati, kila pahali, mashule yalikuwa yamefungwa. As we speak today, the guns have been silenced in North Rift. Shule zote zimefunguliwa na watoto wetu wanasoma. Nataka nichukue nafasi hii kumpongeza waziri wetu wa usalama, Professor Kithure Kindiki, and the National Police Service for the good job they are doing. In northern Kenya, in Lamu, where we had charges of terrorism, they have all been dealt with. Again, that is an accomplishment by the government of President William Ruto. Kwa hivyo ni mzuri watu waongee ukweli. Watukosoe pahali ambaye hatujafaulu na pahali tunaonekana kama tuko wazembe. Lakini yale ambaye tumefaulu pia ni mzuri tuyaseme, kwa sababu ni mzuri kusema ukweli. Kwa hivyo niliona ni mzuri nieleze hayo, kwa sababu mimi nilianzia kusema ukweli kwa hii stadium na nimerudi hapo kusema ukweli, na nikipata nafasi nyingine nitaendelea kusema ukweli. Mnataka niendelee kusema ukweli? Basi sisi tuko hapo kwa sababu ni muhimu. Kwa hayo mengi, mimi nataka niwatakie wale wanafuzu leo hapa mema, na wale wote wamefika hapa, na Wakenya pahali pote walipo, Christmas jema, mwaka mpya wa 2024, na nihakikishie Wakenya wote tumeweka mikakati ya usalama ya kuwalinda na kuhakikisha ya kwamba watasherekea sikukuu ya Christmas na ya mwaka mpya kwa amani, kwa sababu ya ulinzi ambaye tumeweka. Polisi wetu watakuwa wanafanya doria kila pahali na kuhakikisha ya kwamba kila Mkenya amekaa vizuri. Tungetaka kuchukua nafasi hii kuuliza madereva wale wamekuja hapa kuleta nyinyi, wakipeleka nyinyi nyumbani, wakuwa angalifu, waendeshe gari kwa utaratibu na wafuate sheria za barabara, ndio tusikue na maajali, tusikue na maafa. Na pia tuulize madriver wetu wakati hii ya Christmas na mwaka mpya wafuate sheria za barabara na wakuwe waangalifu, ndio tusipoteze maisha wakati hii wa sikukuu. Kwa hivyo, kwa hayo mengi, asanteni sana. May God bless you and bless you abundantly. Asanteni sana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our Deputy President. Thank you. Let us give him a round of applause. Thank you very much for your speech and the wishes to our graduates and to all of us as Kenyans. Your Excellency, sir, we are now coming to the climax of the graduation, where we are going to present the graduates. And to usher in this session, sir, allow our KMTC Nairobi Campus Choir to make for us the KMTC anthem. The KMTC